Hi, I'm Patrick Reed from the Adamas Principle. Can somebody tell me what King Dollar is about to do? Please, answers on a postcard. It was going oh so well. We had some yields screaming higher, touching or kissing that 1.6, going right through that 1.5 obviously. A stunning non-farm payroll, adding to the jubilant King Dollar. And what happened? We reversed and gave quite a lot of it back. You know, dollar yen, dollar Swiss, they were just catapulted higher way back then. But you know what? It all changed on Wednesday. The US CPI, what a disastrous figure. Sorry, can somebody remind me? Actually, it wasn't that bad. Doom and gloom. I mean, net, you had a bit of a divergence on the core and the headline. But if you look at break-evens, they're still really firm at like, what, 2.5. So I don't know what is going on here. What I will say is yesterday you had the ECB front-loading the PEP bonds and just calming that yield curve down. This had a desired effect on Eurodollar, but it wasn't to last. That's the point. It wasn't to last. And right now we are just in an indecisive area between it's around 119.46 and touching that 119.75. So with that in mind, let's look at Eurodollar. As I said, look, an absolute chop liver. We really couldn't stay below that 119.46. Looks like we may close above it today, but let's just see. Whatever that does, I do feel, and certainly people I'm talking to close feel that if we do finally get below there and we get below that 118.80 area, we could stay there for some time. It is quite sticky. There's a lot of those market profiles for you. There's a lot of sort of belly of that curve, standard deviation. There's a lot of action down there, a lot of work being done, all the way down to 116.96. But if you just base on the dollar and what's happened this week, you'd be pretty confused. Next chart, please. Okay, so this is Aussie dollar, great for risk, not very good if you have a dollar view, just like Eurodollar. Things were looking pretty bleak at this 76.45 area, but we managed to get above. Now, if we crack that 78.10, if we crack that and close above on the daily, because obviously this is a daily chart, so we need to close above on the daily, we could go for the big one, which is 8, the figure. That's pretty awesome. And we had, I think the high was 8, I think it was 12, and then we just, it fell out of bed. It started tanking much lower, but at the moment, it really needs to get above 78.10. That's the next scalp for the bulls. Iron ore only going one way. China's roaring. So this is really, for me, a dollar story. GDP in Australia, great. It really is the dollar story. Despite 3-year being pegged and, the RBA spending, buying a load more bonds at 3 and 10s, right? Not really affecting the yield that much. So it's all to play for. But let's just see what happens with the dollar next week. Next chart, please. Talk of the devil, it's dollar yen. This was the scream up as yields were spiking 1.6. 109.61. Keep an eye on that. Before there is 109.50. Not a bad trend line on the weekly, but let's just see what happens. Next chart. Okay, finally, CAD yen. We've got some numbers out of Canada today. Oil on a March higher, but 87.38, the one for you. And that's it from me. My name's Patrick Reed from the Adamas Principle. Have a good weekend.